All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you the fastest way that I found to reach a payout after several failed accounts. You'll need a few things. The first thing you'll need is the actual prop firm account. The second thing you'll need is a strategy, but don't worry, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I used in this video. And the fourth thing you'll need is consistency and a little bit of discipline. Right, to do this, you want to go to takeprofittrader.com. and you want to create a new account after you sign up. You want to select the 25K account. Remember, this is the fastest way and cheapest way I found to reach a payout. So go to next. I always select the first box, which is Tradeovate, a web-based platform. You can add a promo code here. The Take Profit Trader promo code is no fee 40. Or if you want to support a YouTuber, I usually support FSP. Okay. Now you go down, you'll notice that it's $90 per month, but we have no intentions on keeping the account for a month, or this particular account for a month anyway. We are either going to pass the challenge within 30 days or a month, or we are going to blow the account. Choose your method of payment. All right, check the boxes below to agree to the terms after you've read them and reviewed them. Hit next. Then enter your card number. After you have entered your card details, you will get a payment succeeded message, which actually activates your account. After you have activated your account and paid the fees, you will click on the line item that shows your account, and it will take you and open up your window here. Your username and password will be in this section right here. And you would go to Tradeovate to access your account. All right, so once you have your account, let's talk about how you actually log in, place trades, and let's talk about the strategy you would use. So once you go to trader.tradeovate.com, you can see the URL here. You log in and you will need to agree to the terms and conditions before you actually access your account. So next, after you log in, you'll be brought to a screen like this. And this is where we begin to talk about the trading strategy and how to actually place your trades. The first thing you want to do is notice that your account, this is the account that you would have purchased, and your credentials, by the way, I didn't mention this, your credentials, by the way, to access this account is provided to you inside of the Take Profit Trader screen. So if you click on the line item where you purchase your account, it will show you the credentials, your username and password to log in with. The first strategy is just a very simple moving average strategy. This is what I look for. So let's look at the cross. Here's one right here that took place yesterday at 8:35 a.m., the opening of the New York session. The goal here is to only take one trade per day. And for that one trade, we're looking for 10 points using one contract, and that will give us $200. We want to do that on a consistent basis. So this crossed, the 13 EMA crossed over this blue line right here, yellow line over the blue line, or green, whatever color it is. But this 13 crosses over the 48. Now notice that when this cross took place, this candle was far away or had overextended from the moving average. This doesn't mean that it's going to reverse, but what this does possibly signify is that this is going to pull back. So anytime the candle crosses over and price is very far away, you just look to the left, find the resistance level or support level. Here it was support that turned into resistance. So support, price came down, it supported the price, and then it bounced, it broke through support, and then came back up here and hit this line, and it did not go through. So that would be resistance. This candle resisted this area right here and came down. So you look over to your left and you find the nearest resistance or support line, and you draw a line here, which is your support and resistance line. This is resistance. But again, as price breaks through support, it becomes resistance. And likewise, as price pushes up through resistance, it becomes what? It becomes support. So price pushed up through here. It came down right here to this resistance level. So now it's support. And given this cross right here, you would not have seen that these would have already intersected directly, but it would have been very close. This line would have been tipping up toward the other line. So when that happens and you pair it with support and resistance, and you simply enter to go long or in the direction in which the moving averages are going. And again, you target 10 points, but if price is moving very, very quickly, what I normally do is move it up to 15 points, put my stop and lock in 10 points, and then move it up higher to target 15 to 20 points instead of just the 10 points. All right, so that's one way. That's one of the strategies. The other strategy, which you can also find at nqlevels.com, and I'll tell you how to do this manually, is to, you see on the trading view chart, this is the JSG Levels NQ Levels Pro indicator. The same indicators, 13 and 48, are on this chart. But what this does is this marks out supply and demand. You see here a supply area, and you see here a demand zone. So the idea here is to wait for price to hit this area or hit one of these areas, either the supply or the demand zone, and reverse. And usually when it hits this area, it will reverse 10 points. But the most important thing here is to understand that if this hits this area and does not reverse, the most important thing to look at is how much are you risking. So if this hits, this is 28,732. That's this price level. If the price or the candle touches this area, I'm going to short or go short, sell. Now, what I will be risking, if I'm here at 21, let's just say 732, 20, or not 21, it's actually 28,732. So if I go 10 points, that's 28,742. Yeah, it'll be here. So from here to here is 10 points. But I know that if it sweeps past this level right here, then more than likely it's going higher. So I'm able to put on a trade right here, a high probability trade right here, expecting it to go lower. But if it breaks through, I can put my stop right here at 28,739, and I've only risked 7 points. So this is a low risk, high probability trade. This looked identical to what we just looked at, even though it is completely separate. Supply zone, price came up, dropped. If you wanted to trade this manually, what you would need to do is you would need to manually mark out your supply and demand zones. And you can kind of see they're almost like pivot points, and you can look up exactly how to mark these out in another video. It's a very popular strategy. The only thing that this adds to it, which is very, very beneficial, is you see here, this has a star here where it grades the demand zone, and then it also tells you, which you cannot see here, whether or not this demand zone is associated with a higher time frame. Because if it's associated with a higher time frame, it becomes more powerful. And you don't just go for 10 or 20 points, you can go for 20 to 30 points. So let's go over to Trade of 8 and talk about how you actually execute the trade itself. So what you'll do is once you find a level, once you find a cross or one of those demand or supply zones that you want to trade from, you wait for that setup to occur, and then you either hit buy or sell. So if it's a situation where you are going long or you're buying, you would hit the sell or the buy button. Or if it's a situation where you're going short or you are selling because you think price is going down, you would hit the sell button, which are the buttons right here. Now the ATM, you probably won't have these set. This will be off. So what you would need to do is when you place a trade, you would need to manually close that trade out by hitting the exit at market and cancel button. If you wanted to research what this is nothing more than an automated way to close out your position or put a stop loss onto the chart. And let's talk about this real quick. A lot of you guys already know this, but I'm just mentioning this for some of you who may not know this. This is how you close a trade, and this is also how you put on a trade and how you place your stop, your take profit, and your stop loss. Say you thought this was going down. This isn't really a part of the strategy or anything. We're just for demonstration purposes. Let's say you thought this was going down. All right, so let's say you thought this was going down. You would sell, hit the sell button. So now you're in the position, and now let's say you want to risk 10 points. So you go from 39 to 49, and this would be your buy. So I would have to put on the opposite position. So I just sold this position thinking it was going down. So I'll have to buy to put my stop loss here. And as it go into profit, I move this into profit slightly.
Stop filled.
Okay, just stop me out. But I'll let that go down a little farther and move my stop loss into profit. And then if I wanted to have a target, I think I would click here and I would have a buy position down here. So I would be in a sell position like we were. I would have a buy position down here so that when price came down to here, it would actually close my position out. Now, chances are you can blow the account, especially if you're new and you would have to pay another $90. But even if you were to pay $90 3 or 4 times and get a $2,000 payout, it will be well worth it. All right, so that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions for me, just put it down in the comments. Also, be sure to go to nqlevels.com and check out if you want the indicator, it's here. Check out the indicator right here. Or, all right, here's a free resource for you. Go to Fire Ice Markets, sign up, upload your trades, and I'll be able to look at your trades and give you feedback on your trades, not financial advice. Just kind of let you guys know what I see. And it does analyze your trades. It does use AI to analyze your trades at no cost to you. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.